Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about XPeng and why I actually think right now is a very good time to buy XPeng stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure you leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about XPeng. And if you guys don't know what XPeng actually does, XPeng is an EV company that also happens to be based out of China. As you guys have seen, a lot of EV companies have been getting a lot of heat recently. A lot of them are very, very explosive, and a lot of people really are seeing the EV market going to be growing for a very long time. So why am I making a video about XPeng? Because I do think that XPeng does have the potential to be a top EV company, if not one of the bigger EV companies, especially when it comes to being based out of China. The China EV market is growing very, very rampantly. But really taking a look at it from a bigger perspective, XPeng is doing very well for itself. Looking at the 5-year chart, this thing did IPO August 26th of 2020. Obviously a fairly recent IPO, currently up 131% ever since its IPO. Looking at the 3-month chart, it's up 164%. And looking at the 1-month chart, it is up 18.2%. So XPeng has seen a lot of growth recently. And if you guys don't know, XPeng currently sells 2 vehicles. It is the P7, which is a luxury sedan, and the G3, which is an SUV. And if you guys actually haven't seen the cars, they're absolutely beautiful, and they're very actually technology based as well. People even say, and analysts even say as well, that XPeng definitely does have a technological advantage compared to its other competitors, because the innovative features they offer in their cars are not offered in any other cars. So it really does give XPeng a competitive advantage. But the reason why XPeng has actually been getting a lot of heat recently, even looking at the 1-week chart, we can definitely see that XPeng has seen a little bit of growth. It's just due to the fact that XPeng is working very hard on perfecting its self-autonomous driving technology, and the company plans on dropping the self-autonomous driving technology this year. So really taking a look at it, XPeng revealed a beta version of its navigation pilot system. It's basically like a hands-free system, kind of like I said, an autopilot system, and 100 people have actually tried out the system. So this is really pushing the stock higher, just due to the simple fact that, a lot of EV companies are racing to perfect the self-autonomous driving system. The self-autonomous driving technology is a huge catalyst in the EV game. So it's really detrimental to see which company is going to be the first company to actually perfect it and get it on the road. But not only that, a lot of analysts have actually become a lot more bullish on XPeng, not only due to the self-autonomous driving technology, but the stock has actually been getting a lot of analyst upgrades as well. People are seemingly getting more bullish on XPeng stock as well, really seeing what XPeng is going to bring to the table, and really seeing that XPeng in itself as a company is doing very well for itself. We have gotten a look at their deliveries, and although their deliveries are not as strong as the other 2 Chinese competitors, Li Auto and NIO, XPeng still does offer a wide variety of advantages compared to NIO and Li Auto as well. A lot of people even speculate that XPeng does have the potential to be better than NIO stock. Like I said, one thing that really puts XPeng above gives XPeng a competitive advantage is its technological advancements and its vehicles. Like I said, aside from the autonomous driving system perfection and XPeng really racing to create and perfect the self-driving chip, XPeng's cars are very luxurious and they're very up-to-date, really pushing a technological hardship on their vehicles, like really making them very tech savvy. So that does give XPeng a very good advantage. But looking at their deliveries are still very, very well. XPeng did beat their expectations among their deliveries in the year of 2020. So it's a sign that XPeng stock is growing. Like I said, still behind Li Auto and NIO as far as its vehicle sales, but XPeng is working very hard, and XPeng in itself is doing very well as a company, already expanding to the European markets, and it's the first Chinese EV company to expand to a different market outside of China, which also does give XPeng a competitive advantage, and why I actually do think XPeng stock does have a lot more room to grow. Like I said, XPeng making that big step into the European markets not only is going to give XPeng a competitive advantage, but it's definitely going to make a lot more people see XPeng in a different light, really shining its light to a bunch of a different clientele and in a whole different market. But the biggest thing that I think is what's going to push XPeng stock upward and more forward from here is the fact that the Chinese EV market is very explosive and it's growing like crazy. What do I mean by this? So if you guys have taken a look, the EV market in itself in the year of 2020 did grow a lot. A lot of top EV companies did get a lot of heat and they did get a lot of growth in the year of 2020. But I don't expect that growth to actually stop in the year of 2021. I do think that a lot of these big time EV companies are going to see a lot more growth in the year of 2021. And I think that even Chinese EV companies are going to see a lot more growth as well, just due to the simple fact that not only is the EV market in itself growing, but the Chinese EV market still has a lot of room to grow compared to the USA. And really taking a look at it from the bigger perspective, there's only about 10% of the market cap that's actually captured with EV vehicles in China right now. With Tesla's recent expansion there, it definitely is getting pretty competitive, but I think that XPeng, Li Auto, NIO, and Tesla are all going to do very well in China. But I do think XPeng stock is worth a buy at $53.47, and I could actually see this stock going to $100 this year alone. Like I said, XPeng's push on selling more vehicles with the P7 and the G3, like I said, XPeng is doing very well as far as their expectations go. As far as selling vehicles, they're working very hard to perfect the self-autonomous driving technology. And like I said, the fact that they do plan on releasing that system this year is going to give XPeng a competitive advantage, along with its technological advancements that they actually put in their vehicle. This also does differentiate XPeng compared to its other competitors as well. So it really does give it a very competitive advantage when it comes to looking at it from a broader perspective. Now, evaluating XPeng as a stock, I think XPeng really needs to focus on selling more vehicles. Like I said, it currently ranks last among its competitors as far as vehicle sales goes, but I don't think that's going to be the case, because if you guys have actually seen the statistics, the Chinese EV market is going to be growing a lot over the next couple of years, expecting 50% of all cars to be electric cars by the year of 2035. So it's really going to push the Chinese EV stocks up, and it's really going to push them a lot more forward, which is why I do think XPeng stock does have a lot more room to grow in the year of 2021. Like I said, the fact alone that XPeng has started expanding the perfection of the self-autonomous driving technology, and the overall fact that XPeng is an EV company and it's in a very explosive market and in a very explosive industry, XPeng stock has nowhere to go but up from here. And like I said, even a lot of analysts are bullish on XPeng, even giving them a bunch of price targets, thinking that XPeng is on its roadway back to $70. For me, I do think XPeng stock is going to hit $100 this year. We are going to get a look at their sales at the end of January, and I know that XPeng's sales are slowly increasing, so I know that the stock is going to do well, and I do think XPeng stock is worth the investment at $53.49. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of XPeng stock. Do you think XPeng stock is worth a buy at $53.45? If you guys own XPeng stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.